Hi, Diana. Jennifer
Hello.
Corday coming at you from Desert Legends. We are so stoked to have you on the bill this year. You guys, we have synchronized swimmers. No joke. This is the real deal. No, we're talking to Diana here, and she runs the Wet Swim Show. Valerie, let you say hello to Diana.
Hello, everybody. I'm so excited to be here and be a part of Desert Legends again as well. And I can't wait for you guys to meet our guest today, talking about what she's going to be planning for Desert Legends. Diana Kerr was born and raised in Las Vegas and was introduced to synchronized swimming at age 11. She immediately fell in love with the sport, and her beauty and creativities just made it big. She began her competitive career with the Nevada Desert Mermaids, coach and inspired by performers of the famed aquatic Bachelor of Arts degree. She majored in theater. She was in shows like O and Splash. She graduated from Ohio State in 2010, like I said, with the Bachelor of Arts in theater. And following her graduation, she moved to Los Angeles to pursue acting. Diana's worked professionally as an actress, model, and synchronized swimmer, showcasing her aquatic talents on and off the screen. She has performed in over 600 live shows and multiple entertainment companies for a diverse array of clients. She has appeared on numerous music videos, movies, commercials, television shows, and underwater photo shoots. So stay tuned, and you're going to find out a lot more about Diana Kerr.
Yes, lovely.
Thank you.
Okay, yeah, I'm going to jump in and ask some questions about Legends. You're going to be performing at the Hotel Zoso pool. Girls, you cannot miss this show. Palm Springs just seems so like synchronized swim town, doesn't it? I don't know. Does it have some history of that?
There's been shows produced out there for the last 2 decades, I believe. I'm sure it did happen in the 50s and 60s. I'm sure it was when it became popular in Hollywood in the 30s and 40s. I'm sure people caught on.
I This was just off the cuff, but you're right. It did become popular in the 30s or 40s. Is that when it all started?
Yes, it became popular with the Esther Williams MGM pictures.
Oh, and Kate, so you are going to bring us a show. We're going to have a 50s, 60s vibe, I think, in our show, but you can pick music from any era to do your show, right?
Yes, we offer a wide variety. We offer the old Hollywood vintage themes that a lot of people love, but we also offer a lot of modern songs and shows for people that want that as well.
Super cool. Now, the Hotel Zoso Pool, girls, this is our host hotel. So I encourage you to stay there. And the pool party is Saturday day. And some of you will be off playing pickleball. But everyone needs to be back for this show. This is the main event. This is a headlining event, and we're all going to surround the pool. VIP people get to be closer to the edge to see the show, and you can see it from the side of the pool, or also you're going to do some on land. Can you describe the show a little bit, what we can expect to see?
Yes. So one thing that's really cool about synchronized swimming, it's like theater in the round. So no matter where you're standing or sitting, you can get a pretty good view because it's like stadium seating where the show happens down, but we do come out, we do a little bit of stuff on deck. It's a little interactive. People that are standing closer to the pool, that might be a splash zone. So just watch out for that. But it's very interactive. Everybody can get a good seat. So it should be a good view no matter where you are.
Oh my God, I think they should play extra for the splash zone.
Yeah.
That seems like a fun thing.
Yeah.
So, okay, tell me about your costumes. Do you make them? Do you wear regular bathing suits? How do you come up with it? And do you change during the show or you probably don't have time?
So we do offer, if there's a break between the shows, if we're going from like a retro song to a modern song, we can totally change. I really try to make my costumes, I do a lot of research. I try to make them look as authentic as possible. We work with this designer. You should look her up. She's great. Her name is Red Dolly Vintage. So we have a few costumes from her. We also have a lot of sexy bikinis that I actually sometimes just get off of Amazon and then I'll embellish them myself. I have a girl that bedazzles. Some of the suits are custom made. It's a woman who has made suits for the Olympic team in the past. And I'll create a custom design and say, I have this vision. Can you create this? And we just work together. So my suits are like from all over the place.
Where they're really outstanding. And ladies, you have to check out some of the pictures that I will post. And you do like a mermaid, you can do a special mermaid float where you guys.
Yeah, we have different floaties. We have different tails that we use. So we can wear tails like an actual mermaid, or we can just appear like a mermaid on our giant shell float. It's really fun.
Super fun. When you choreograph the show, now this is your business, is that right? Are you wet swimsuit?
Yes, yes, I created it in 2018. So I do it all. I have an assistant, but as far as the choreography and everything, I do all of that. Sometimes I'll bring in somebody else to say, hey, what do you think about this? But I really get inspiration from like old movie choreography, like the 1940s and 50s, but then I'll also watch like current Olympic routines and I'll kind of intertwine both the vintage and the modern and get ideas that way.
Amazing. How do you cast to find the girls?
So the way that I do it, synchronized swimming, of course, is a very niche, small little world. So a lot of the girls that I cast are actually like I'll scout them. Sometimes people will reach out to my website and I'll have them send in a video or I'll try to get referrals, but personality is also a very big thing for me because what we do is so special and because it is a team sport, I want to make sure that everybody gets along and everybody vibes really well together. So personality and hard work also goes a long way for me.
And so, yeah, are they all like Olympic swimmers? I think you were an Olympic swimmer.
I didn't swim for the Olympics, but I did swim at Ohio State, which is a big collegiate program. They win NCAA's. I won NCAA's my junior year, but a lot of my girls have been in the Olympics. Everybody swam at a high level. So I have an Olympian from Austria. I have an Olympian from Great Britain. I have a few Olympians from United States, but it's also global Olympians that I hire.
Incredible. A few more questions about swimming, I guess, that is just, we're just curious. How long can you hold your breath?
It's funny. Everybody always asks that. It's funny because I think I can hold my breath in a pool underwater longer than I can on land. I would say if I really had to push it, probably 2 minutes.
Wow, impressive.
Yeah, thank you.
And now, have you ever performed for 300 lesbians?
Maybe. But no, we haven't done an event like this. This is a really special event. This is something I really support. This is something that really matters to me. Like a lot of shows are corporate gigs that are just like, they're special too, but I like to perform for events where people are really enjoying themselves, being free. So I don't think we've ever done an event like this. This will be a fun one. So I'm excited to perform.
I love that you support the lesbian community. And a lot of these women, like I said, we're an older demographic of 40 plus women, a lot of retired women. And I just think they're going to love it. It's something special that they haven't seen before in person.
Yeah.
It's one of the highlights of the weekend. Girls, make sure you get your tickets. You basically add to cart what you want to do for the weekend. Make sure you add the Saturday pool party. That Saturday, April 5th. It's going to be at Hotel Zoso. You just have to watch and enjoy the show. They're going to have underwater speakers so that the swimmers can hear the music. And then we have above water speakers. So they're going to do a rehearsal in the pool. They have to make sure the pool's the right temperature. There's a lot going into this, and I don't want you to miss it. It's a pretty short show, but it's a lot of bang for the buck. So just check the schedule and be sure you're there. Lisa, do you have any questions before we jump to Valerie? Because Valerie's going to talk to you more about some of your background from Ohio State and some of the acting that you do as well. But Lisa, you got any swim questions, Lisa?
I do, and I love Ohio Buckeyes. Go Buckeyes! Right on.
Thank you.
I got a lot of Buckeye friends, so that's awesome, and they're big time D1 programs, athletic programs. I do have a question regarding synchronized swimming.
Yeah.
Because it's such a unique sport. combining elements of dance, gymnastics, swimming. I'm curious, which sport did you start with as a youngster?
Yeah, so I was born and raised in Las Vegas. I still live in Las Vegas. I was always swimming outside because it was always so hot, but I did dance and gymnastics. And then my mom signed me up for a rec program at the community park. It was just like a fun summer thing when I was 11, and I didn't even know what synchronized swimming was. But because I love swimming and dance and gymnastics, this was like the perfect thing all put together. And I instantly fell in love. And then from there on, I joined a private competitive club.
Awesome. Lisa is the sporty spice of the Desert Legends weekend. So she's running the pickleball tournament, the golf tournament, and just so you know, we have a Friday's going to be the NCAA watch party for the women's basketball. As women's sports are becoming, we're so pleased to see that there's a real movement here to tune in to more women's sports. And we're going to have a lot of athletes out here that I think are really going to enjoy your background and the athleticism it takes to do this.
Oh, cool. Okay, great.
Yeah. And come out early and enjoy some of the festivities if you're not
Okay.
booked.
Okay.
Hey,
Valerie,
Corday,
yeah.
I have a question for you and our sweet guest, Diana. You said underwater speakers? How does that work? And who puts that together?
Yeah, but no, I just know I need to provide the above ground and then we're going to feed her like a line. I think she can explain that more. Tell us a little about that. It is interesting, Diana. How does it work? You don't get electrocuted?
No, yes, it's this company called Oceaneers, one word, Oceaneers, but like ocean ears. And it's a very expensive sound system, but it's portable and it connects to an above ground speaker that we also have as well, but we can connect it to the house. But it's a fabulous piece of technology. It's used by the Coast Guard and dolphin trainers as well, but it's very clear, it's very safe. If you go to the Oceaneers social media page, you can see we collaborated on a video on how it works and how to connect it. But yes, it's a very interesting piece of technology. If you have a chance to jump in the pool and if you want to hear it during a rehearsal or something, you're welcome to because it actually sounds clearer underwater than it does above because there's no other noise interference. But yeah, Oceaneers is the brand. You can read all about it. It's used by a bunch of different people.
Wow. Do you have just the music or is there any click track or cues that you're hearing or you're just like going by the music?
Just the music, but you can also hook a microphone up to it. So when you're a competitive athlete, when you're underwater and you need to do corrections, because in dance, you have a mirror and you can self-correct, but in synchronized swimming, you don't have that. So you can't always have that visualization. So the coach will get on the microphone and say, hey, you're a little to the left. Hey, you're a little to the right. So the mic is also an essential part of the underwater sound system.
Interesting. Wow. Thank you
Yeah.
for that explanation. I would have had no idea.
I know,
Yeah.
isn't it cool?
Yeah.
Okay, just one more question about the swimming. I hear you have a topless option.
We do. And I'm the only company that offers it. One of my goals is to have a topless cabaret show in Vegas that you can pay to see. In the 80s at the Riviera, which is unfortunately gone, they used to have this show called Splash. And the 7 p.m. show would be the family show, and it would not be topless. And it was a variety show. They only had two synchronized swimmers in a take. But then the later show, the adult show, featured topless synchronized swimming. And there's all these topless cabarets in Las Vegas. I just think it would be a really great idea I think people would pay to see topless synchronized swimmers, and it would be done in like a classy showgirl type of way that I think people would enjoy it.
That's what I was going to say. It's presented in a really classy way, in a dance way. So that's fun, and that's a fun little twist.
Yeah, it's
So,
fun. We've only done the topless shows at private party. Like we've done some bachelor parties at private villas at some of the casinos. So it's been like a private show, but I want to bring it to the public.
good for you. Yeah, I think you guys can vote, ladies, but we're going without. We just want to see the beautiful swim show and use our imagination. We're looking forward to that. Take it over, Valerie.
Yes. I know you talked about your past and that I know you've been working at your performing career since you were about 5, though. And you studied at Ohio State, as you said, but you also studied in theater. Talk about exactly how the synchronized swimming came into effect in that regard. And also, where does your national championship at Ohio State rank in your achievements?
That's a very good question. In high school, I was always doing theater. I started acting, like you said, like when I was really young. And then I also at the same time started doing synchronized swimming. And then I did theater in high school. And then when I graduated high school, I actually thought I did want to go to the Olympics. I trained for 2 years and didn't go to college right away. And then when my coach at the time said, "Oh, I think you should look into Ohio State," I had to choose a major. And so I chose theater. That was what made sense to me. And after that, I moved to LA with pursuing acting. And I didn't know that synchronized swimming at the time was going to be in media, and there were a few other companies that were doing shows. So I started, when I was pursuing acting in LA, synchronized swimming just found me. And because it's such a niche thing, if you have a niche skill in the entertainment industry, you will book jobs because not a lot of people do it. And so they just find you. And to get to your other question about my achievement, I would say it ranks pretty high in my personal achievements because when you win a national title like that, you learn self-discipline and time management and perseverance, and just, it's not easy. Synchronized swimming, I think it's the hardest sport because think of another sport where you can't breathe. So if I hadn't had won that national title, I don't think it would have given me the discipline and hard work to pursue my own company. So it ranks pretty high.
Yeah, wow. Thank you for that, Diana. And how have your synchronized swimming achievements help you in your pursuit of acting roles? Has your wet swim show opened doors in Hollywood for you?
I believe so. Yeah, it actually got me my SAG card because I was in an episode of Glee and I had only been in LA for 6 months. And I don't know if you've seen the Synchronized Swimming Glee episode, but I was able to do that and they had to Taft-Hartley you. So I fortunately was able to get SAG very fast in moving to LA. And I know that for a lot of people that come to LA, that can take some time and work. But it's taught me with acting, there's a lot of rejection that happens. And when you are in a sport that's subjective, that's judged, you get used to things that don't always work out in your favor, or maybe you thought you were the best and you don't get it. You don't get first place all the time. So it was competitive. Acting is competitive. It's not easy. Sometimes it's just people who you know, and that does happen in competitive synchronized swimming as well. But I think anything, if you're an athlete, no matter what you do as an athlete, the skills that you take from that will always transfer over into whatever you do in life.
Love it. As you said, your credits include Glee, but it also includes Ballers, Daddy's Girl, Hail Caesar, and Black is King. Some have centered around your swimming. Do you have a favorite role that you've played? And have you thought about, are you afraid of maybe getting pigeonholed as a swimmer and not taken seriously as an actor?
That did happen. Like, I was like, how do I market myself? Am I a swimmer? Am I an actress? Are they gonna take me seriously? But you know what? I have had a great career. I'm 38 and I have done so much acting and modeling and swimming. So I've just allowed whatever to come to me and take the job and be gracious about it. And favorite role, oh my gosh, I've done so many and I've had so many amazing experiences with celebrities. I've also worked with Adele and We did Travis Scott's music video during 2020. It was like the one job I had during COVID. And I was so thankful. He flew 20 of our girls out and we shot a music video at Michael Jordan's house. And it was just such a blessing because there was no work for us during COVID. I've also worked with Todrick Hall. Gosh, there's so many, but I think my favorite role would probably be working on the film Hail Caesar because it felt like I was in a dream. I mean, everything was so, the Coen brothers are so detailed when it comes to their filmmaking, and they're very, like, probably the most professional set that I've been on. And everything was so old Hollywood. And the stage that we shot at Sony Studios was the exact same stage that the Esther Williams films were made on. And because it has hydraulics. And so you can fill it. It's a big like water tank. So it was just really special to live in that moment. I felt like I was actually like an actress going to work in the 1940s. It was really cool.
Oh, that must have been so cool. Oh my goodness. I'm going to tell Lisa and Corday that tonight we're going to catch up on some of your acting roles because I know what they are. So girls, get
Okay.
ready tonight. We're going to do that. Lisa, do you have anything in regards to her acting or swimming in the acting? Thank you.
I had to do the math on that. And born in 1986, so you just missed the '84 Olympics when
Yeah.
synchronized swimming became an Olympic sport. We're just a 2 year, barely, yeah, 2 years out of the womb, but not even 2 years, you were 2 years post. So I'm more curious as a former collegiate athlete myself, how you, at this point in your life, you're still very young, you're beautiful, your fitness program, how do you stay in bathing suit shape? What is your fitness program?
Yes, I still swim. I do lap swimming. I try to swim on my own. I'm also a big fan of Zumba. Zumba is my go-to. I love Zumba. I've tried to do yoga, and for me, I'm like, this is a little hard. I know it's really good for you, but to me, it's a little slow. But Zumba is my favorite. I love Zumba.
Zumba was like all the rage, and then you don't see it so much anymore. Yeah, what happened to Zumba? It's still there, but what?
Yeah, it's still there. I go to classes here at the Las Vegas Athletic Club, but I love Zumba because it's like it's all walks of life. It's a very open space. So Zumba is how I stay in a lot of shape.
Do you think synchronized swimming isn't taken as seriously as a sport? Like when Lisa's talking about collegiate sports, and they think it's all just, I don't, a lot of people maybe don't realize that how difficult it is.
Yeah. So I've thought about this. I think it is getting more and more popular. We did get some coverage on the Olympics, which is good. But you know what I don't understand is I don't know why, like, why has there never been a synchronized swimmer in the Sports Illustrated swimsuit edition? Stuff like that. Why I wish there would be more endorsements. It has gotten better from like 1996 and when the Atlanta team won gold and stuff. But I think it could get more publicity. And because of that, I think people would start to understand it more. And I think in like the year 2000 or 2004, they started to add the underwater camera at the Olympics because in competitive world, you can't touch the bottom. For shows, it's whatever. We actually utilize the bottom. But I think when people started to realize, oh, they're not touching the bottom, they were like, oh, okay, that's actually really hard. It's getting better. It's not where I would like it to be, but it's getting better.
We are going to work on getting you on Sports Illustrated cover. That,
Okay,
uh,
great.
man,
I
you
love
do
it.
deserve it. Oh, we're just all super excited, ladies. If there's nothing else you have to add, I just want to talk again to everyone watching to make sure you don't miss this. You're going to bring a team of girls out. We don't know exactly who you're going to cast and bring 6 great girls, whoever they are.
Yes, I've actually already, since this is such a special show, I've already cast it and I've told them about you guys and what it is and the vibe, and they're very excited. So,
Lovely. I can't wait to meet each and every one of you. And we're the HollywoodTimes.today and AspiringMagazine.com. We also have our YouTube channel that this interview will be on, as well as Desert Legends, the Hollywood Times official. So thank you so much for your time today for our
oh,
end of it. But I am part of Desert Legends and looking so forward to your show. Thank you very much.